Alright, well, it's a deer opener today. We got about an hour till season opens here, but our first spot kind of got taken over by some other people, so we had to switch our game plan a little bit. There's this other section of plots that we're planning on walking into because the people that we talked to said they saw a pretty decent muley from what they were saying run into this plot section, so I think we're gonna go walk in there and see if we can see them bedded or not. If we do, then we'll probably head back out and wait till noon because that's when the season opens, and we'll grab our rifles and go back in there. But if we don't see them, then I think we're gonna go up to where my brother's sitting and sit with him. So I think he saw some pretty decent bucks this morning since he's been out there, and some other deer. So yeah, it kind of sucks that, you know, hunting public land, you got other people there before us, so, you know, he's got to, I don't know, beat them, or you got to try and find a different spot if they're there. So it's kind of our game plan right now. So yeah.
November 4th, opening day for North Dakota deer rifle season. Got any antlered deer tag in my pocket, so that means I can shoot a muley buck or whitetail buck, and there are both of them in this spot. We actually have a couple spots where there's muleys and whitetails. My dad and brother will be in a spot this morning too where they scouted and saw a pretty decent muley, so I think they're going to kind of try to get him here today if they can find him again. I came back to where I was scouting night number 1 last weekend. Seen a lot of deer already this morning. Season doesn't officially open until noon, so we just kind of got in here just to kind of scope things out and see how things are moving. It's about 16 degrees, so they've been moving pretty good this morning. A lot of does, a lot of smaller bucks. Did see a couple real nice bucks on the way in a private part of the hills where the road kind of cut through. So hopefully they venture their way into the public stuff. We just have a small sliver to hunt on. Once they actually get back up into the hills, it's maybe, gosh, I don't know, not even a half mile wide by 3/4 mile long. But it has a real nice draw that cuts right through it that they really like to travel through. So that's the plan. Like I say, we'll head in there about noon, and we'll check back in then. bit of action here. It's about 11 o'clock now, so still looking at about an hour before we can start heading in. But I was watching what I'm pretty sure was a buck a little ways away here. I think he was just on the private side of the fence back in the hills. When I saw him though, he was just about to go into some brush, and so I didn't get a real close look at him all by himself. I mean, I could see horns. That's about all I can tell you guys. But right after he disappeared into some brush, just down the hill from him, going the opposite direction, there was actually a group of muleys. Looked like, from what I could tell right away, was one buck chasing a couple does. And they got up in some brush, and I lost them for a little bit. And then as the does ran off, the buck actually started heading up the hill. Really big 2x2, maybe a 3x3. For a second, I thought he maybe had some really small front forks. Otherwise, just a really big 2x2. And then he kind of went up over the hill. And not too long after that, then about, I don't know, maybe 200 yards to his northeast, there was a smaller muley buck with like just another 2x2. He was definitely a younger one, but he was also chasing a doe around. So things are definitely still out here moving and active, at least the muleys anyway. Haven't seen any for sure whitetails in a while, so they might be hunkered down, but we'll keep our eye open and see what we see.
To the public stuff right now. One of them is pretty decent, but we've seen a lot of deer back here so far. There's deer everywhere, so it could be a pretty exciting evening. pickup all over his stuff right next to the public stuff, and it started spooking deer all over. And then, they got their rifles out and they're trying to shoot some stuff over by us, and it was not a good ordeal. So I think our best bet is to get out of here for tonight, and hopefully deer come back here and we can catch them again. On the bright side, we did see a really big white-tailed deer right away, and we knew he was down in the draw. We were looking over, but with everything that went down, he spooked out. But I say, gotta take away the positive to it. We saw a really nice buck, so